welcome. This is the Orange League. My name is Ration.
And my name is Thomas.
Yes, Orange League number 16.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a processy one.
Yep,
Warping in stuff.
Yeah.
And we're gonna... I've decided to build, well, somewhat stealing, but basically came up with it myself. Because I had a problem in the Gold League.
Yeah.
Zerg players just rushed for Mutalisk. Super risky build. Pros would never dream to do it, but in the Gold League they do. So I had to counter it and still be sensible against roses and stuff.
So, without further ado, Ration's PvZ anti-Muta Rush build.
It is. Alright. Here we got our Zerg player. This is from the ladder.
Pulsar.
And I picked this replay because he's Mutaversing.
Yeah, well that's the idea, right?
So Pulsar is Muta fan. And I'm over here. And I'm gonna early expand and scout for a 6 pool. Because those damn 6 pools are damn annoying.
Yeah, so I think we should just watch the build for a second and then later on we can go into the specifics.
And we're gonna watch a little bit what Zerg does and what he can be doing better. Now, this is a normal pool. So I'm happy. Do I even spot this pool? But I spot there was no pool. Will be dead. No, I spotted the pool.
So,
why is he gonna hide? No, I'm not gonna. Oh, right here. Early expand with force, gateway. Pretty standard stuff. We're gonna dive in a little more detail after you got an idea what's going on. We're gonna plus. Well, to the first time, and then we're gonna analyze.
yeah, so we went to his third, his second was a bit late, but his third was even a bit early.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going for it.
I'm gonna go down 5 additional gateways, putting me at 6 gates, and then I'm gonna put pylons in a completely wrong spot.
However,
because I've got a pause. I've got a problem. This is Cloud Kingdom. Is it Cloud Kingdom?
This is yeah, this
is my problem.
I'm
because
sorry. Yeah.
I'm messing up Cloud Kingdom and Daybreak. In Daybreak you expand to the bottom, like this position, and then Cloud Kingdom you expand to this side, and I always mess them up. So I thought, yeah, the turret is here. This pylon here, great. Pylon here,
Awesome.
backup pylon, awesome, pretty close. But then I had to walk all the way there.
Exactly. Bit stupid,
but let's continue.
Well, it's not really important for the replay now because it's about
it
the
gave
build.
me opportunity because this is an early attack with 6 gates, and I'm gonna say I've been doing a little bit more. If I had the pylons like here or maybe here, I would have killed him completely at this point.
Ah, there are the mutas.
The mutas.
Woohoo! So there
But
we go.
because I messed it up, I didn't kill it, and I was happy because then you can see the rest of my build because it doesn't stop there. It gets blink, which is already done. It gets in a few extra stalkers, because Mutalisk. What else are you gonna do for a second? It gets, of course, +2, +3, always upgrading weapons against her.
Exactly. Well, and that's about it. I mean,
and then I moved to my end composition, which is. Why do I put here 3? Oh, directly the Dark Shrine. With Stargate for Mothership. I want to go to the Zealot Archon, and I do it with Dark Templars. A little bit more expensive, but
they're necessary for one
my
of your
build.
moves. So yeah, we'll
they're
see why in a
necessary.
second.
We'll dive into it. Basically hitting 3 bases with Dark Templars at the same time. We'll dive in it later a little bit more, but
yeah, so
killing one queen, killing a lot of drones, getting killed over here.
exactly.
Kill the queen here, but this being is basically cleaned out.
You know what? I think I'm gonna spoil it for now, so we can go into the details.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
Zerg is dead. Just look at it, 3
Zerg
bases.
dies, stupid minerals, 3 bases, no
25 drones.
It's done. Over.
Yeah, but
Don't-
he was already dead at 6
Yeah,
but
he should have GG'd. Let's make it a big red button for him. And you know,
Yeah,
you can
but
push it and
live-
GG.
dive in the details.
Nothing in gas. Completely awesome for a Mutalisk player. So
First, we're gonna look at the circle a little bit. Comment a little bit. Look for
if you can slow it down a bit,
yeah, but
just
it's
on
not like
×4 or something, that would be okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, we could say he does mess a couple of things up. For instance, his natural when he's going to put that down, stuff like that.
A little
But
bit later.
we're not really gonna focus
Cool.
on that. We're gonna focus, I guess, on a few things on which you can scout that it's gonna be a Muta Rush.
Yeah. This is nothing telling yet. Then we're gonna go to turret base.
Exactly, like Russian said
But
before.
I'm doing an pretty much scoutless build because I'm skipping off on the Robo Bay. And usually if I just go race it to get into it later, then I build Robo Bay. But now the third base, which was a bit early, but its second was late.
Could you slow it down one more? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because we're going pretty fast.
This is a tell, second gas, but no scouts in the air, so who's gonna know?
Exactly.
If you had an early robo, which is not an uncommon, you could send over an observer and you say, that's a lot in gas. And where is the road warrant?
So that's one of the big things that could tell he's muta rushing. However,
Yeah, and then you have 2 gas here. Oh my god, that's a lot of gas. And you need a lot of gas because you need an early layer. It's already bugged.
yeah.
It was layer tech, and roads aren't layer tech if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're not. They're definitely not.
A turret.
So yeah, he has his third. He has his
quotes.
No, but that will be later on. He has his natural. He has his gases over there too. So his queens just basically he's skipping everything to get to mutas very
And
quickly.
this is what happens in a gold league, and probably in silver and platinum still, I think, is rushing through Mutalisk like really badly. So if you don't do if you can't handle it, you can't ever expand to a turret.
No.
And I was sick of it, so I designed this build. So now Surak, he's gonna plan down this early spire.
In
I would argue it could be
there
even more early than this.
Yeah, it can. I think mutas could be
Well,
around 10.
10 is 10 to 11. 10:30 is normal time for Mutalisk.
He's
If
gonna
you
be a
don't
bit
rush
later.
it, don't rush for it, but he is rushing for it, and 10 is early. I think you can get it at 9:30 if you're really going for
Definitely.
it. But it doesn't change things. But what the main thing is needing to defend with only circlings, getting drones, and he's
So I think the main idea is out for what Zerk is doing and how we can spot it. You know, the double gas, no roach warren, no
and
specific
early,
things, early
layer
Exactly.
is a really big tell.
Those things. So
And even a variation which isn't that popular, but sometimes I get it. They don't rush for Mutalisk, but they rush for infestors, and then I'm even more happy because I hit with infestors with no energy.
yeah,
So
that's a bit sucky indeed. I've actually had that happen to me a couple of times when I just started using the infestors.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good when it happens to you because you realize I should have something here to protect my infestors and
roaches.
yeah. So you know you get a bit more of an idea of the build.
The Mutalisk around 11 minutes with roaches, but then you have to really be keen with your injects. Don't get messed in early on if you had a robo.
By the way, guys, always be keen on your inject.
Yeah.
That's not that much of a special thing. Just
it's a weird game we play.
Injections are so important.
Inject and stim packs and using drugs to improve your killing yourself but shooting faster.
Yeah. You know, it's a
chrono boosting.
It's well, I shouldn't say it's a fucked up world we live in.
Yeah.
In the StarCraft world.
But
however,
let's dive in the Protoss part of it.
Yeah. So like you said before, you're gonna early expand.
Early expand. I do it not in the most greedy way. A little bit safe, I would say even.
Yeah, because normally pros would go. Well,
I
see it more and more. It's a bit of a
skip the forge.
Skip the forge and make the nexus first. However, this does bring a small, tiny
even
problem.
More greedy. Skip the do nexus first and then do gateway and get the.
Yeah, but that's really.
However, it's nice because you can get earlier Sabinet score, which means earlier warp gate.
True.
But that's really greedy.
However, the reason why you haven't done this is because you told me earlier, you know, Zerglings can get in your base so easily without a forge.
Yeah, and in a gold league they go for Zerglings a lot. So you want to have a nice volume with a cannon and a zealot and stuff.
Yeah, so
but
basically
this is really important. My first pylon putting down probe is scouting here. Where is he? Where did he go?
Well, he's not out right now. Go to me. Yeah, no, just go
to Ration, and then we could see.
Exactly.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. There he is. Hiding little probe. He's scouting for 6 pool. because and you can tell but I don't like the count, but I tell.
You can roughly see when
I
it's
see it, or you only see your own supply of course, but if I see it at 13, 14, 15 constructed, it's normal. If you see it halfway done by now, it's an early pull, I need to defend.
definitely.
And if it's not an early pull, I can continue normally, which is the case here. And I'm happy because well, recently I'm doing better against early pulls, but I've been just sucky against early pulls.
Well,
So,
anyway,
let's
if we
continue.
continue with the build, indeed. So you're gonna
So
put down
13,
your forge burst at 13.
It's a little bit late here, but
That's
Should
okay.
be
You know
at
the
13.
idea is there. And then the
keep
moment,
coding boosting. Probe still 17.
yeah, and at 17 put down a nexus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
there's a pen.
Yeah. So
17 Nexus.
Yeah.
Well, when
There
you
we
got the
go.
money, of course, you have to wait a little
Screwing
bit.
up that little
But
puppy's
17,
mind.
you stop probe production to get the money for your Nexus.
There we go.
And then
Nexus down.
extra pylon. I don't know which is best. I'm figuring it out. Pylon first, then gateway. Gateway, then pylon. I like to do pylon, then gateway because I can start up this Nexus with probe production again.
Mhm.
If we do gateway first and then pylon, you're gonna be stuck at 18 supply block for a while.
Yeah.
So it would be, you can get an even early warp gate research if you put down the gateway in overseas. But
Definitely.
since you don't have the gas, then you have to have earlier gas to support both +1 and warp gate research. So I like to do the pylon first, but maybe is the gateway first better, but I don't know. I like to do it this way.
We'll find out later on. Anyway, so your
Yeah.
next move is your pylon, your gateway, and then
Double gas should be going. I'm well,
Three,
like 10% of my
1.
games.
See? There we go.
10% of my games. When I do this, I forget to put down my gas, and you then screw it up. You can't do a 6 kick
yeah.
anymore. So, but I don't forget here. A little bit late, maybe, but cybernetic score right after the gateway finishes. One cannon,
Just to make sure.
just to make sure. Sometimes I like to do a second one here, depending on the map.
Depending on your money.
This time I'm going like a little bit more economic. It's like just like a mood swing maybe, but the safe way is put down a second cannon, because if he's doing circling, baiting stuff, the second cannon is gonna really help you.
Yeah.
But it's out here eventually, and this probe is number 9 as it should be. Yeah, in case of emergency he can temporarily block this.
So,
Now
next
the
time in your
7
build.
cybernetic score, and when the cybernetic score is down, immediately warp gate.
Yeah, we're nearing 6 minutes, if I'm correct. Or are we
Yeah,
past
warp
now?
gate +1. This is really important for the build.
Yeah.
Don't forget the +1. You really need the +1, and need warp gate research obviously, but I don't do it perfectly in this game. But what I do is when those two are both researching, all my chrono boost go in both these, so they finish up exactly at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, continue.
Yeah, so there's another important thing. We're at 6
at
minutes now.
6 minutes, and I don't do it. I'm doing it better here, but I don't do it here yet. I found out if I want to put down those 5 extra gates, which we saw here, I need to cut probes, which wasn't a big deal. I already know that. Just you have to, otherwise you can't afford them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But when I noticed, if your last probe starts construction at 6 minutes, so in this case, well, around 6 minutes, this probe is the last one, and then cut it, you have just enough money to put those 5 gates down.
Exactly. So,
But here I go a little bit over,
we can continue then around.
so I messed up the corner, but should be on this one. But
not to worry, not to
a lot
worry.
of not a probe, but basically at 6:30, which is late because I didn't have the money.
Exactly. However,
5 additional gateways.
Oh, yeah. That was what I
And
was
it's
going to say.
this idea I got from the 8 gate all in, and this is not an all in because at 8 gates you obviously put down 2 more gates, and you cut
No shit.
you cut pro production entirely. But after my 5 extra gates are done, I start producing probes again because I want econ.
Yeah. Pretty important.
This 6th gate is not a killing move. Well, it's fun when it kills it, but it's not designed to kill him there.
Yeah, well, If I'm honest, the lower leagues, so we're talking about bronze, silver, gold, maybe
Oh, yeah.
even platinum. That the 6 gate push you're gonna make in a couple of minutes, in 1 minute
Kills a lot.
exactly.
It even kills
It
roses
either
sometimes.
kills the third or is it natural, whatever. You're gonna do a lot of damage, and
Yeah.
I think 40% of the time you're even gonna kill the entire.
Yeah, we talked
You're
about
just
it.
gonna GG.
If
It's
I
done.
had
It's
my
over.
pylons here and here, or even here, probably here, they would have been scouted. I don't like to put them in the Zelnaka viewing center, so probably I would have put them here if I knew the turret correctly, which I should know. But here and here, now I've got them all the way here. Then my first warp gate and second warp in would have killed this immediately. Killed
Yeah.
even this, and if you kill 2 bases, the Turk, well, you can continue, but he's completely dead in the water.
Exactly.
It's game over there already. That's a flaw of the Mutalisk Brusk. You can't defend this.
No, so basically that's what this build is all about.
But if you're a good player and you had a little bit of roses and still going for Mutalisk, I wanted the backup, so that's what we get now. But let's do
Yeah,
the
now we
6
should
gate
first continue to 8:30 because
Yeah,
something's
at
gonna happen there.
8:30,
It's gonna be your first warp in, right?
Yeah, at 8:30 this is done at, well, a little bit earlier, because at 8:30 those are done. Opening. At 8:30 there should warping, but they should be a little bit late because my stuff was a little bit late. Yeah, they're about 15 seconds late.
8:47. Well, it's
Yeah,
close
but
enough.
that's because it's all counting
Yeah.
back, because those extra
The
few
probe.
probes here, delaying the warp gate here, is a 50-second delay here.
Exactly. That's but you know the idea. I
So,
think
ID
the idea is
warp in 1.
fine as it is now.
Yeah.
So your first warp in route, you get
Yeah, and then after the first warping round, I get immediately get Twilight Council for Blink.
one of the
And-
most important things, by the way,
Yeah.
in this build.
Blink is handy if he goes for Mutalisk, obviously, but if he went for a Rhodes all in, which is possible, and but probably would be on 2 bases, or just normal build on 3 bases with Rhodes, and he likes, well, I'm gonna kill him with Rhodes. I need a Blink.
Or at least gonna do a big push with roaches.
Yeah, I need a Blink to defend here. And if I see, but let's continue a bit. No, I want to talk about Rhodes more a bit. If you I need a Blink to defend Blink stuff back here, and it's getting destroyed, and Blink Rhodes, they're gonna help to survive against Rhodes.
Basically, get blink.
Blink against Mutalisk,
Exactly.
obviously, and Blink to survive against Rhodes.
So blink going down.
Yeah, and then normally around this time the fighting started, but they're still traveling.
However, I do want to make one small addition. In
Yeah.
the case of roaches.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Oh, you got.
I was getting to it. That's why, like, now normally, if the opponent was in the right spot, the fighting would commence here.
Yeah.
And if you see a lot of roaches, immediately pull back. If you see roaches, I'm not sure, maybe not. I try to go for it, but as soon as it goes badly, or even a little bit, I'm not feeling like I can break it. Even exchange, I'm all for it. Uneven exchange, pull back.
Exactly.
So let's assume there are a lot of roaches here.
Yeah. It's gonna go for the roach push.
The first warp in sees that, it's gonna immediately pull back. The sentry becomes really important because the sentry is making a safe retreat possible with 4 shields.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had it. We did forgot to talk about it, but 1 zealot, 1 sentry before warp gate resets. So it's
We
covering
can
my
talk about the unit composition later on a bit.
it's
maybe.
covering my retreat, and the second warp in round is here. But if I'm going for it, the second warp in round is gonna be offensive. So let's assume a lot of roaches, so I pull back. I immediately plant down, as soon as I see it, a robo bay, but it takes a minute to construct, 65 seconds, but a minute.
Yeah. And then what
And
goes
then-
out, ladies and gentlemen? What goes out against roaches?
Immortals.
That's right, immortals.
So at 9:30, if he's being really keen with everything, he started to move out because he saw me moving out. We had another engagement. If he follows me all the way here, he dies because he wouldn't have road speed, and if he had, he wouldn't have enough roaches. So a smart player would just stay here, but at 9:30. It's like, that's a normal timing for a robo-based build. He's not attacking. So he's gonna move out at 9:30 spot play because I got all these roaches, I need to do stuff with it.
Exactly.
So at 10 minutes they're at my base. So at 8:30, 8:45, 8:30 he's really keen.
No,
Should be possible.
That's really early.
But let's say
No,
8:45.
8:45. That's usually because you have to walk
Yeah.
a bit, and your first warp
8:45,
at 8:30, so
robo.
8:10.
That's like
8:45.
9:45 complete.
Mhm.
An immortal
9:40.
9:40. So an immortal out around 10 maybe. So when the battle starts, I've got one immortal.
And ladies and gentlemen, one immortal is gonna do so much damage. Of
Yeah.
course, me as a Zerg player, the second I see an immortal,
Yeah, the
I
immortal is pretty
more or
safe.
less crap my pants.
Yeah. And
Seriously.
the second immortal is getting chrono boost, of course. And after 3 immortals, I produce a lot of 3 or 4 observers.
Mhm.
But 3 immortals, just to be safe against rotas.
So,
And
but
then when I also warp in this game I'm warping in, we'll get to it, a lot of stalkers, but against Mutalisk. But when I see rotas, I do stalkers in combinations with sentries.
mhm.
Because the one rose here, 4 shield, 4 shield, 4 shield, or something like this, cutting road stuff in half. This immortal got 3 shot with the wall in. I'm gonna be safe. It's gonna be a close battle. I've done it. It's pretty close.
But you're gonna be
But-
safe.
Most of the time I can hold it on my level, and I'm playing on my level skill on gold, so my gold player is playing on my level skill on gold. Maybe it's not as pro, it's not doable, but we'll find it out later. But I still think if you're both pro level, this is holdable.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And if you and an important thing, if you see a lot of roads, I try to have this watchtower. I need to know when the roads come, because if they come early, I need extra cannons. So
Yeah.
let's continue to Mutalisk.
Yeah, because we've been talking about roaches a lot, and
But that's
roaches
the
aren't
roads
going to have-
variation.
Yeah, so maybe we can do talk about that later on in another episode.
Yeah.
Um,
This is the 6th gate attack still, and this is one of the key points. Not the damage I'm dealing here. That's all the damage I'm dealing here. I'm happy with.
It's awesome.
But all the circlings, because there's no road stack,
Are
are larva, and they're
And
not
minerals.
What are they not? A, drones. B, Mutalisks. And what we really want to do, we wanted to counter the Mutalisk. So how do we counter Mutalisk?
No Mutalisk.
No Mutalisk, mate, because they're no larva. He's saving up gas and minerals and larva to get a crap amount of Mutalisk all at once.
Yeah.
And just make your life hell, never being able to expand to your turret.
no, exactly.
And this, I'm forcing here, this is the most important thing, I'm forcing all these circlings.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna kill this base. This is fine, of course.
Yeah. I just wanted to see.
How many?
3 times 8,
8,
24.
24 plus 4 is 32, 30, no, probably 35.
35.
It's 18 larva.
18 Mutalisk.
That's a lot of Mutalisk.
That's a
That I
shitload of
killed by
Mutalisk.
this move. I killed 18 Mutalisk here.
Yeah.
How great is that?
That's awesome. You see, guys, so that's what one of it's important to think about. You know, I'm not just killing Mutalisk when I'm killing Mutalisk.
Yeah.
You can do it in other ways too. So countering doesn't always mean I have to kill Mutalisk. It can mean
Yeah, but a little bit for shield. This zealots with +1 against circling is really important. And then I kill this base. It's
Also
a
very
bonus.
important.
It's awesome.
no, and but it's been an important move here because no drones, no base, no money.
Okay, and here you see I'm not a micro fan. This zealots were just running around.
Exactly.
Well, I'm a micro fan, but I can't handle it. So I like to micro, but I'm not fast enough to micro. But
You'll get there.
Mutalisk.
You'll get there.
But now we can see how dead he is. If I had it Python, I guarantee you, if I had him here, he was already dead completely. But still, just look at the facts. I'm a 2 base Protoss with 62 drones, with
14 stalkers out.
with a fair amount of tech against a 3 base. Well, let's say 3. It's not up yet, but 3 base Cirque with 35 drones. Who's gonna
With
win
35
this fight?
drones, 10 larva he can't use,
Who's gonna win
maybe
this
a
fight?
couple of
He's
you.
completely dead already here.
And he's still going to want to go for the Mutalisks.
But still, I can still mess up here, of course. I can still lose.
Exactly.
But I got another plan, and we're gonna get through it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And here we have the Mutalisk,
Indeed.
and we have the Mutalisk here, and the stalkers were just here. And they're gonna walk down, and they're gonna blink under the Mutalisk
Yeah.
to kill them off. And while he's pulling back wisely, and then I send him out briefly to check around my base.
So?
But then the next important move is the Dark Shrine. And I'm not Dark Shrine because yeah, I want Dark Templars. Of course I want Dark Templars. But it's because of my end composition that I wanted beforehand is Salad Archon with a Mothership. And High Templars are cheaper for Archons. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a move with Dark Templars.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the beginning too. You can do High Templars. High Templars are 50 cheaper. I mean, if you go for, I think, what are High Templars? 150,
Templar-
150 gas, 50 minerals?
Yeah, and
The other
Dark
one
Templars
is-
125, 125.
Yeah, no, 125, 75, right?
No, 125, it's equal.
Oh, I thought it was, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, 125,
They're 50
125.
cheaper, right?
They're 50, stuff cheaper. These a little bit more gas. These are equal, but this is 250 and this is 200. So the High Templar are cheaper and they can have Storm, which is awesome.
True, but the Dark Templar are essential.
They are essential for my build. Well,
Why?
maybe not essential, but they're part of my build. That's a better way.
Well, they're very important. I mean, if we can...
Yeah, let's assume he survives all my 6k harassment. Then we got this. I saved from the, but this is a little bit, this replay I played a week ago. I'm gonna hit Dark Templar at 3 bases at once. Now I do this with 3 Dark Templars because I feel 6, which I do still do here, is a little bit too much of an investment.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing it, but I'm doing 1 Dark Templar per base. But we'll slow this down because we can see the result. Because he was low. When you're low, what you're doing is deep skipping stuff like evolution chambers and
Yeah.
stealth detection. So 1 here, they're all hitting at the same time. What's gonna happen? Oh fuck! You even have to warp in, but let's say it's here. This was already morphed in. These 2 are dead.
He can still defend only one.
Yeah,
base at a
these
time.
2. What did they kill? 3, 4, 6. They already killed 10, including the queen. These 2 are dead as well. That's a worst case scenario, huh?
Yeah.
That the 2 bases get cleaned up right away. These 2 did a lot. Oh, that's fast.
Yeah.
This one
Ton of damage.
back up.
Really?
7. They kill the queen, of course. 6 and 7. Oh. No, they both have 6 here. How do you do that? Why did they kill number 7? Why did they kill the number 7? Oh, probably it's working. They killed 12 here. That's a lot of drones. But this is costly. But if you do it 1 at each base, it's still gonna kill at least a couple of queens and a few drones.
Mm-hmm. So
So
there's another small thing I'm wondering.
yeah, and when it's going on, yeah, just wonder.
Yeah. If we go to the Zerg
Yeah,
right now, main
base.
Yeah, his main base. It's a Zerg who's going for a Muta rush, right?
Yeah,
He
He's
only has a
trying to.
couple of Zerglings.
yeah,
Now, I see 2 evolution chambers.
yeah, because he likes to upgrade his circ attack and defense circling stuff.
On the ground with 2 evolution chambers while going.
Into this, yeah,
That costs a lot of gas.
yeah, but he's afraid of my ground stuff.
Yeah, but he lost anyway already.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that yet.
Oh, he shouldn't know that.
Because I'm always upgrading I'm continuing upgrading weapons and then afterwards upgrading armor. I should get a second forge. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's better to get a second one.
Yeah, you got the money to do it.
After the first +1 and the second +2 weapons, then you need the second. Maybe arguably already after the +1. But you need a second. I don't get it here. A lot of times I don't get it. This turret is a little bit late. Could have been earlier. Should have been earlier. That's not.
It should have been.
That's important details, but that's stuff to improve upon. It's not part of. It's part of the build, but this Stargate is for the mothership.
Yeah.
What they want? Salad Archons with a mothership. So I'm taking while I'm doing all this poking and prodding, I'm taking behind it, getting another base, putting me on equal basis as a Zerg.
which should never. Please, ladies and gentlemen of the Zerg jury, which is, well, my fellow Zerglings, my fellow Zerg players, whatever I want to call them, Zerg players, make sure Protoss does not have an equal amount of bases.
Yeah.
Seriously, you should be at 4 by
5 already, but 4 at least.
However, okay, there are some circumstances here that could
Yeah.
make it impossible, but you know, try to be
One base
ahead. At least one base. Favor.
Yeah, this is always a funny thing what I like when the Costly Dark Templar hit, and you gotta produce a lot of observers of what they call overseers, and by the time they get here, they're all Archons.
Yeah,
So
so
and always left by the Archons do nothing to see here, all Archons.
exactly, he made 3 overseers, maybe even 4.
Yeah,
What we could do, that's just a little tip. If you, for making sure your own base is safe, if you make 1 overseer and you put it just a bit to the right in the middle.
here.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very small way just to get to
and
every
they're
base.
so
It's-
fast nowadays. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, I think he upgraded. He should have upgraded his Overlord Spear, and
Wait.
yeah, so he hasn't.
But
You should, because it will only take a second to get to a base, and the damage the Dark Templars will have done are seriously, it's minimum. It's not. It's you can overcome the damage they've done by that point. So 1 is enough. Maybe you get a second to go with your army, because you know maybe there are a couple of Dark Templars mixed in. You never know, but don't make 3 or 4. It's just a waste of gas and money.
yeah.
Don't.
But here I'm messing up a little bit. I've improved on this part, but these extra gateways, which are part of the build, they're a little bit late. The Zealot lag speed, with I want for Zealot with Archons. Of course I want Zealot charge.
Yeah.
It's a little bit late, and these extra gateways a little bit makes my money high.
Very
These
high.
gateways should have been there. I'm
Right.
protecting with a couple of cannons while expanding the turret. That's what I always do. But even more gates. Now you would say, why don't you put down more gates? If these gates were in time, I would have been maxed out and this cache wouldn't have been that high. How many gates do you get? 11. I like to get 12, so I forgot one.
Yeah,
But that happens.
I think the most important thing about this build is the way you start off, because
Yeah, and I'm going from the start. My idea is to get a mothership with Zerglings and Archons.
yeah. So just to make sure, you know.
And these moves I always
you know
try.
what
If I have a robo, I do make this a drop, but it was already here too, but he cleaned it up. It's a couple of zealots. You got all the minerals by this time to kill off drones at 4th and 5th. But this is a get one here, they're arriving in the 5th. Splitting him up all the time. Keeping Zerg on the battlefield. How do you like it?
something that shouldn't happen during Protoss. You know, if there's one thing I've learned, Protoss hates it when they got the feeling they can't get out of their base.
Yeah.
They just can't. You know,
Protoss,
and how do we get there?
It's a little bit of a reaction rate. Not always, not all, but all the time. But it's great at reacting against stuff.
Yeah.
But in this game, I really dictate the pace of the game.
And that's something Protoss should
And you get
have.
Archons against Mutalisk, and they killed it. And then the mothership gets out, and I don't got enough energy for a forward attack, so I hold it back, otherwise it gets killed.
Yeah. Anyway, you kill it.
My fourth gets killed. No thing. You got only 3 bases.
Yeah. So
Let's just see the end.
spoiler alert. Russians gonna win. It's gonna
I'm
be a
sacking,
difficult hard ending.
Sacking these stalkers because I want more zealots and more Archons. And he's gonna get killed.
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah, that's it. We hope
Murder
you got a-
Mutalisk before they happen.
Yeah.
I killed 80 Mutalisk before they were on the map.
So that's
Ooh.
awesome. We hope you get some sort of a clue of what this build is about, or maybe you can copy it. I think what we should do is post a little bit of a
Comment, yeah.
yeah.
I can load this up to the replay, put it on the internet so you can download it, and I put a little link on the YouTube beneath it so you can get the replay.
Yeah, and maybe we could write out the build,
Yeah,
which would be awesome too.
I do that as well.
Yeah, so you know, expect this to be written down for you guys, and
if the game continues, you want to get Colossus and Carriers and all that stuff. But usually they don't in low league.
Yeah, exactly. So, we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.